Morning ladies and gents, welcome to a rather blustery, cold Friday morning. It's the 19th of February and it's going to be a good day. We hope so anyway. So I'm just down at the bottom of the boys' winter field. There we go, a couple of horses for you. Just having a walk around, morning walk around. Our Great Lake has receded a little bit. Ditch is still full, but it's getting there. Winter field, it's actually firm enough that I'm out of my wellies and my buoys. So yeah, we're getting there. It's still very wet in patches. There used to be an old ditch line just here. You can just see where indentation is. That's a bit wet still. We're just going to go down this fence line, checking it, make sure horses haven't found out how to get through it, and then we'll have a look how wet it is. Probably just down there where that jump is. Far horses are right down towards the bottom end now, and looking quite dry. It's a bit moist out here, it's a bit of a hole in the ground. This is quite a heavy traffic area to get to the first cross country jump of this field. From the two on the left hand side, one there and one there, and then they go back out near where tractor is. But yeah, not looking too bad. Well, it looks like I spoke too soon. It's now raining. Never mind. Right, so back on to John Deere 456A. This is the part 2 because I ordered some parts which were wrong, which was my own fault. Another delivery from Woodfield, or balerparts.co.uk. No, I'm not sponsored by them out. It's just who I've found online for these parts. So if you've not watched the first part of this, go back and watch it. Otherwise, for the ones that are in the know, that is my replacement part, which actually looked a bit different to what the pictures did online, but it's fine. You can see how much of a groove there is compared to that one, and it does actually feel nice and tight on there. There is no movement, so that's good. So that part from John Deere was 260 quid. That part from Baler Parts was £98 something, both plus VAT, but yeah, so under half the price. As long as the steel's good, I'm not too worried, to be fair. Grease on my fingers now. So that was a job to do, so that needs to go back on. The bush, the new bush, not that bush, the other bush. What is that bush? Sorry, that bush wants to go back on to the end of that, which is on the end of that. That slides in, flywheel top, bolting through there, or a castle nut on there, split pin through, and then that should be done. A couple more hay dogs as well, hay dog rubbers. Now I've just had a bit of a battle. These are supposed to be the same numbers, they are slightly different. The centre hole in it is very tight. There's like a collar on top of the thready part. You just see there, it's not quite gone all the way down. There's a shank on that bolt that the rubber sits on, and the rubber is actually, that's the original one, that isn't actually too far out, but it's still crusty. It's a little bit smaller, but it still catches where this sits. There's two pieces of rubber that it still catches, so that's alright. We'll just keep an eye on them. So that can go back in under those hay dogs, which are down there. As I said before, they just help hold the flat back of hay when the plunger comes forward. So I'll crawl around under there, get that done. Right, so that's them in. There is one, two, and then there's a third one on the other side of that needle. And that's the rubber I've just put on. So they are catching alright. So yeah, one job down. I'll just hope it not seize. Be a nice tight fit. Right for the bearing. I put a pair of gloves on just to try and stop so much grease on my fingers. Right, what I've just noticed is these two bearings, there's actually a grease hole in there, and this one's just got a split in it. So what we'll do is we'll just put where the grease nipple is here, we'll just send that split to that side, and hopefully we'll be alright. Right, she's in. And better double check it actually fits on. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. You can get grease gun on it now and just make sure it comes out. Yeah, I don't think you'll see that very well, but it's actually coming out here and on the inside and the other end, so there is a bit coming through, which is enough for me. I'm going to say it shouldn't need much if I've lubed it up already before I put it back together, and then shea bolt should only go a couple of times a year if that, so a little bit in between should do some good. Right, just need to find something to give me a hand lifting this bad boy. Right, I'm going to try this myself. Trolley jack, flywheels on there. God almighty, it's heavy. That must be 50 or 60 kilos. So yeah, a bit of a deadlift onto that. But yeah, hopefully I can just jack it up, which needs to go up quite a long way, so we'll see. I'm trying not to get anybody else involved because obviously with COVID stuff. Safer with me on my own, but if I'm going to get flattened by that, I'd prefer to get somebody else to give us a hand rather than dying from that rather than COVID. Oh, if you hear some banging as well, it's the door here flapping around in the wind. Plus this could be my last will and testimony as well, with you guys watching. I think the track's run out of oil. That's not much good. Right, plan B is done. Ooh, if I can get this down without killing myself. Oh, a long way. Right, I've got boss man coming, but he don't want to get filmed.